Hello everyone, welcome back to Mentors Academy. So today is the 17th of September 2025 and also, as always we'll go through the most important current affairs for your competitive exam. So we'll start with yesterday's MCQs first, then dive into today's major headlines. So I'll explain each topic with background, key points and relevance for both prelims and mains so you can understand it deeply and recall it in the exam, right? So our sources include the Hindu, the Indian Express newspapers, as well as PIB and official government data. So let's begin with yesterday's MCQs. First question was, with reference to polymetallic nodules, consider the following: found in abyssal plains, that is deep ocean flat regions of the oceans; 2, rich in cobalt, nickel, copper, manganese; 3, regulated by International Seabed Authority under UNCLOS. Which are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3, 1 and 3 only. So the correct answer to this question is option C, 1, 2 and 3. So statement 1 is correct, that is they are found in abyssal plains. These are the deep flat regions of the ocean and they are actually rich in cobalt, nickel, copper, manganese, correct, and they are regulated by the ISA under UNCLOS. This is also correct. Second question was, consider the following: H5N1, Nipah virus, Ebola virus, Zika virus. Which of the above are zoonotic diseases spread from animals to humans? Options 1 and 2 only, 1, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and 2 and 4 only. The correct answer to this question is again option C, all of the above, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. All 4 spread from animals to humans. So let's start with today's key headlines. Let me read them out for you. First, India seeks UNESCO recognition for Chhath festival. 2, ASI pushes for UNESCO heritage status for Sarnath. 3, Gujarat trains 1.81 lakh artisans under the PM scheme. 4, WHO adds GLP-1 drugs for diabetes and weight loss to its essential medicines list. 5, NPS customized plans approved by PFRDA. 6, India-US joint military exercise Yudh Abhyas 2025 concludes in Alaska. 7, a new portable ion chromatograph developed for science classrooms. So let's take them one at a time. First one is art and culture related, right? So Chhath festival, a UNESCO recognition bid. So India has applied to get the Chhath festival included in UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage list. So what is Chhath festival exactly? So it's a ancient Vedic festival dedicated to the sun god, that is Surya, and Chhati Maya, a local folk goddess. So it's celebrated mainly in Bihar, UP, Jharkhand, and Nepal's Terai region as well. So UNESCO's ICH list already has Kumbh Mela, Durga Puja, Yoga, etc. Right? So the rituals here include um, rituals of Chhath festival include Nahai Khai, Kharna, Sandhya Arghya, and Usha Arghya. Right? Sandhya Arghya is evening prayer and Usha Arghya is morning prayers. So it is eco-friendly because devotees worship rivers and water bodies in this festival. So it also promotes community bonding and collective participation. So prelims, it's important to connect to the focus on the rituals, right? And also UNESCO's ICH list, very important. For mains, the role of festivals in the cultural identity and India's soft power diplomacy, very important. Moving on to the next article, Sarnath, UNESCO and ASI initiative. So the ASI will revise the historical plaque at the Sarnath, Varanasi as part of efforts to get UNESCO World Heritage recognition, right? It will try to replace, revise the historical plaque. So Sarnath, let's know something about Sarnath. So this is the picture of the Sarnath. So Sarnath, it's the site of Buddha's first sermon, known as Dhammachakra Pravartana. Very important term. Dhammachakra Pravartana. So key structures include here are Dhamek Stupa, Ashokan Pillar, and Chaukhandi Stupa. Right? It is currently managed by the ASI, Archaeological Survey of India. Right? So So earlier plaques were written from colonial perspective. Earlier plaques were written from colonial perspective. So now they'll highlight local contributions to the Buddhist heritage. So this is part of India's larger attempt to integrate Sarnath into the UNESCO World Heritage Sites list. Right, for prelims, it's important to connect this to important Buddhist sites. It's very important to remember these, and also the Ashokan pillars. For mains, shows how India is decolonizing heritage narratives and promoting its cultural tourism and also conservation, heritage conservation. Right, so moving on to the next article. Artisan training, Gujarat's PM scheme success. So Gujarat has trained 1.81 lakh artisans under the PM Vishwakarma Yojana skill development scheme in just 2 years. Right, so India has around 7 million artisans. Important data, India has around 7 million artisans. So they are the key, they are the backbone of the handicrafts and the rural economy. So government schemes include like the one we mentioned now, BM Vishwakarma Yojana, and also Skill India Mission. Very important. So many traditional crafts are protected by the GI tags, geographical indication tags, for example like patola and bandhani, etc. So training here is linked to market access, e-commerce platforms, and also credit support. It covers crafts like textiles, woodwork, and jewelry, etc. So this directly supports Atmanirbhar Bharat, making artisans self-reliant and competitive. Right, for prelims, it's important to connect to the PM Vishwakarma Yojana and GI tags. For mains, intersection of culture, economy, and livelihoods. Right, artisan economy, skill development, also cultural preservation. Right, so moving on to the next article. GLP-1 drugs, WHO essential medicines list. So WHO has added GLP-1 drugs to its essential medicines list. So what is GLP-1? Glucagon like peptide 1 drugs. So it stands for glucagon like peptide 1 drugs. Remember the abbreviation. So drugs like semaglutide, they lower blood sugar, reduce the blood sugar, and also reduce appetite, helping with weight loss. This is the whole mechanism behind these drugs. Though EML, the essential medicines list of WHO, it guides governments in prioritizing affordable drugs and medicines. Right, so India has around 77 million diabetics, second largest in world. Important data. Right, 77 million diabetes, that is second largest in the world. Very important data. So inclusion in EML here means, right, EML status here means lower cost, wider insurance coverage, and also better public access. Right, so it also helps address India's rising diabetes and the obesity epidemic as well. For prelims, it's important to connect to WHO essential medicines list and GLP-1 mechanism. For mains, public health affordability, lifestyle diseases, and also pharma regulation. Well, so moving on to the next article in NPS customized plan, PFRDA approval. NPS customized plan. So PFRDA, Pension Fund Regulatory Development Authority, has allowed Regulatory and Development Authority has allowed customized national pension system plans. So in this national pension system was started in the year 2004 as a defined contribution system for the retirement. So it is managed by PFRDA, offering with investments in equity, debt, and also government securities. So earlier investors had limited choices, right? It had limited flexibility. So now people can design their own portfolios, customized portfolios. So there is more flexibility now, and it is aimed at attracting younger investors and building long-term retirement savings. So for prelims, it's important to connect to the scheme itself, National Pension System Scheme, and also the institution, Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. For mains, pension reforms, financial inclusion, and also aging population policy, right? So moving on to the next article, we have an important military exercise, Yudh Abhyas 2025 India US exercise. So the India US joint military exercise Yudh Abhyas 2025 has concluded in Alaska. For state exams, this location is important, right? So background, what is the background here about this exercise, particular exercise? It's a annual bilateral exercise started in the year 2002. The focus areas of this exercise remain like counter-terrorism, high altitude warfare, and also disaster relief. Important. What is the focus? Right, so it complements the Malabar naval exercise, another important exercise to keep in mind, with Japan and Australia. Remember, these are the other two quad partners, right, of India and US. So key points include, it improves the interoperability, so the ability of two armies to operate together. It also strengthens Indo-US defense ties under agreements like COMCASA, that is Communications Compatibility and Security Agreement, important abbreviation. So for UPSC prelims, it's important to connect to the exercise itself, Yudh Abhyas, COMCASA, and also LEMOA, right? And for mains, it's important to connect to Indo-US defense ties, balancing Quad and also strategic autonomy, especially Indo-Pacific security as well. So yeah, moving on to the next article, a science and tech article. So this is the last article of today's key current affairs. Portable ion chromatograph science education boost. A portable ion chromatograph. What is a chromatograph? It's a lab device that separates and analyzes ions in solution. So it has been developed to improve classroom science training. So chromatography, so as we have seen here, it's a method for separating mixtures into their components. For separating mixtures into their components. Important to note the definition. So it is used in water analysis, food safety, and also pharmaceuticals, right? So it is traditional chromatographs are too expensive for student labs, right? So this portable version, it is of low cost, user friendly, and hands-on training, and it gives students hands-on lab experience, like it bridges the theory practice gap in the science education. For prelims, it's important to connect to the principles of chromatography, and for mains, the role of low cost innovation in education, make in India in science and technology, right? So these are the important current affairs of today's news. So let's test your knowledge with the two practice MCQs relevant to today's current affairs. One is, with reference to Chhat festival, consider the following. It is primarily dedicated to Lord Vishnu. Two, rituals include Sandhya Arghya and Usha Arghya performed on river banks. 3. It is celebrated mainly in Bihar, UP, Jharkhand, and Nepal's Terai region. Which of the above are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, and 1, 2, and 3. Right? So the next question is, consider the following pairs. 1. Yudh Abhyas, India and US. 2. Garuda Shakti, India and Indonesia. 3. Nomadic Elephant, India and Mongolia. 4. Hand in Hand, India and Japan. How many of the above are correctly matched? 1 only, 2 only, 3 only, all 4. So please make sure to drop your answers to these questions, 2 questions, in the comment section below. We'll be seeing your responses and we'll check the correct answers to this question in the next current affairs session, that is tomorrow. So we also have 2 main questions for you to practice answer writing. 1. India's demand for artisan skill development highlights the intersection of culture and economy. Discuss the role of schemes like PM Vishwakarma Yojana in preserving crafts while ensuring livelihoods. 15 marker to 50 words question. 2. Evaluate the significance of India-US joint military exercises like Yudh Abhyas in shaping India's defense diplomacy and Indo-Pacific security strategy. 10 marker, 150 words question. So that's all for today's current affairs from Mentors Academy. So if you found this lecture useful and valuable, please don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow aspirants, and subscribe to the channel for more such daily updates, right? Daily important current affairs updates, and And yeah, that's it for today. I'll thank you so much again for turning in, and I'll see you tomorrow with another detailed current affairs session. Until then, keep learning, have consistency, and have a good day, you all.